Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11, two local individuals have been arraigned after causing thousands of dollars in property damage in Marquette.
Plus, Alpena Township has appointed a new clerk after 40 years.
And a letter has circulated through Wilson Elementary School addressing the issue of stolen funding.
We'll have those stories plus your local weather and sports. WBKB News at 11 starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between, this is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. Your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11.
Two individuals responsible for thousands of dollars of damage to homes and vehicles in Marquette have been arraigned. Good evening, I'm Ashley Reed.
And I'm Eric Puri.
19-year-old Mitchell James Skiba of Alpena and 19-year-old Logan Charles Beach of Presqu'île were arrested on April 14th after the report of a chair being thrown through the front window of a residence. Officers located 3 males who were under the influence. Upon investigation, officers discovered more than 10 homes had been damaged, along with the vehicle on Marquette's east side. After further investigation, warrants were issued for both Skiba and Beach. Skiba was charged with 4 felony counts of malicious destruction of property and 4 misdemeanor counts of malicious destruction of personal property into a building. Beach was charged with 2 felony counts of malicious destruction of a building and 2 misdemeanor counts of malicious destruction of personal property. Both have been released from the Marquette County Jail on bond.
Student funds have allegedly been taken from the Parent Advisory Council at Wilson Elementary School. According to Superintendent Brent Holcomb, a letter was sent from Wilson Elementary School informing parents that the treasurer of PAC admitted to taking money from the group and using it for personal purposes. The investigation is still underway to validate the information that was shared, but the proper steps will be taken with the authorities in order to figure where the money was spent and how much.
We'll work through the process to try to validate, what this individual had shared with us. And then I think from there, we'll take the proper steps with the authorities to, kind of bring them into the loop.
Holcomb says there are steps that can be taken to prevent situations like this by having 2 people sign for a check and making sure clubs understand how important Treasury reports are.
A new township clerk was appointed at tonight's Alpena Township Board meeting. Chris Doobie announced her retirement after having served as clerk for the last 40 years. Jurgen Toussaint will be taking her place, serving out the remainder of her term. Toussaint has been in the political process for years. He worked for Senator Levin for 7 years and has worked in bank finance for almost 9 years.
I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to serve on the township level for quite some time, and finally this opportunity came forward, and I was very surprised that they chose me.
Toussaint will begin serving the rest of Doobie's term beginning in 2 weeks. He will then be up for election in 2016. Toussaint says he's excited to get back to what he really enjoys doing, serving the people.
And the Alpena Public School System is figuring out what options they have for 2 empty elementary school buildings. Decreasing enrollment has caused 5 schools to close in the past 5 years. Superintendent Brent Holcomb says Long Rapids and Sunset Elementary will be topics of discussion at community meetings to figure out if they can be better used for some other purpose. He says birth rates have dropped, but the size of the district has stayed consistent.
We used to have classes, back in the 70s, we used to have 10,000 students in the district, and now we're under 4,000.
Holcomb says graduating classes have been about 330 students per grade, and incoming kindergarten classes are close to 250 students.
Well, WBKB 11 meteorologist Adam Claiborne is here with the first look at the weather. And Adam, we finally saw some sunshine today. Probably made it feel a little warmer than it actually was.
Yeah, we sure did, Ashley and Eric, and we are going to be seeing more of that sunshine by the time we make our way into tomorrow. So get ready for it, because tomorrow is probably going to be the best weather day that we see this work week. But as for our current conditions, it's a little chilly out there. We are in the 30s, 38 degrees, mostly clear conditions. Northeast winds, they are at 3 miles per hour. But just look at the warmth just to our south. As we take a look at that right now, we are going to be expecting that to make its way northward. 79 degrees currently in Albuquerque, 82 in Oklahoma City. Where's the warm front? I don't even have to graphically show you, but you can tell it's right there where the yellows and the brighter greens are, and we're on the northern side of that where the blues and the darker blues are. But that progression of the warm front will continue to make its way towards the north, so we'll continue to keep an eye on it throughout the rest of the week and just see how close it will be getting to us. And as we take a look at the radar, well, not going to be dealing anymore with that rain. Some light showers through the region early this morning, but after that was gone, things started to clear out later during the evening, and we'll be clear and cool for tonight. Beautiful Tuesday in store for us throughout the entire day, but we are going to be expecting more clouds to come in by tomorrow night, and oh no, not again. Are we going to be talking about that word, the R-A-I-N? Well, you might see more of that, and I'll have the answer, as well as your full forecast, coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Adam. The Alpena Chamber of Commerce is holding its annual LeaderCast broadcast May 9th at Alpena Community College. The event's theme this year is Beyond You, Be a Leader Worth Following. The events are to encourage members of the community to become leaders and make a difference. Author Andy U. Stanley, Laura Bush, and award-winning journalist Malcolm Gladwell are some of the people scheduled to speak at the event. The Chamber says the event is targeted for all the ages and levels of leadership.
This type of program is good for pretty much anyone, whether it be you already own a business or you want to start a business, maybe someone that is just graduating from school that basically just wants to learn. Leaders, I mean, you don't become a leader just in one day, so it's just the learning different things, and that's basically what LeaderCast is to just hear from how other people have prospered and became a leader.
DeFisher says they can sell up to 145 tickets, and the week of, they sell out pretty quickly. Tickets are available for purchase at the Chamber offices. For non-Chamber members, tickets cost $99 and refreshments will be served.
A partnership has been created to benefit area high school students and their families. Representatives from Alpena Community College and Alpena Public Schools signed off of the creation of the Alpena Early College Program. Students enrolled in the program will commit to a fifth year of high school and earn college credit during that time. The early college concept is intended to increase the number of Alpena High School students enrolling in college and increase the number of students completing college with a degree. School officials say the program will help reduce the financial burden on families and provide a smooth transition for students to their college environment.
We have the ability now to really get our students to move them in that transition process from high school into a post-secondary experience and really providing the financial means that they so desperately need, and we're willing to be able to put the time and resources into it to provide to them.
Principal Matt Poley says the program will begin with the current 10th grade class. Parents interested in enrolling their students in the early college program are encouraged to attend an informational meeting at Alpena High School on Wednesday, May 14th at 6:30 in the evening.
The Alpena Sheriff's Department is asking for residents to join their search and rescue team, specifically in connection with the search of a missing man that began back in November. 47-year-old Mike Shepke of Rogers City remains missing after the search was suspended following the start of deer hunting season. Sheriff Steve Kalashevsky tells WBKB they need people both on scene and behind the scenes for searching. If you are interested in helping, you can contact the Sheriff's Department at 989-354-9830.
You can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Later, we'll check in with meteorologist Adam Claiborne for the full weather forecast.
But first, find out what controversial ingredient Coca-Cola is dropping from all of its drinks. That's coming up in your Money Watch.
Thanks for joining us here tonight, everyone. For our state news this evening, a police chase ended yesterday with a shooting between officers and an armed suspect in Ionia County. The Ionia Department of Public Safety and Michigan State Police were chasing the suspect who was driving a stake truck on M66. Troopers used stop sticks to bring the vehicle to a halt near Tingley Road in Orleans Township. Ionia officers say the suspect ran off on foot through fields all the way to Meade Road. Homeowners in the area were told to stay inside and lock their doors. Police say the suspect then fired several shots at officers using a shotgun. Around 6 p.m., the Ionia Department of Public Safety sent out a Facebook message saying the suspect was down and the scene was secure. Thankfully, no officers were injured. The suspect died at the scene.
And in your Money Watch, Target's chairman, president, and CEO is out of a job nearly 5 months after a massive data security breach impacted some 40 million Target customers. Back in February, Target reported that its fourth quarter profits had fallen by 46%.
Coca-Cola now says it will drop a controversial ingredient from all of its drink, not just Powerade. The Atlanta-based beverage giant says brominated vegetable oil is still being used in some flavors of Fanta and Fresca. The oil is used to keep drink ingredients from separating, but has recently come under fire for being unnatural. PepsiCo dropped the oil from its Gatorade products last year.
And a Las Vegas company that owns casinos in 4 states says its credit and debit processes systems have been compromised. Affinity Gaming says a cyber attack is to blame for the data breach that may have affected credit and debit cards used at its casinos in Nevada, Colorado, Missouri, and Iowa.
There's more to come on WBKB News. Shannon McGrattan will be in with the latest in sports.
But first, Adam Claybon is next with your full weather forecast. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Adam Claybon has been keeping an eye on the weather for us. Adam, how's it looking out there?
It's getting much better, Eric, as we look at our high temperatures for today. 50 degrees in Atlanta, 53 in West Branch, 53 down in Tawas City. Try saying that 3 times quickly. 43 up into Rogers City, and we are going to be noticing more of a trend as we go throughout the rest of the week, as we'll have more of that warmer air make its way in from the south. And temperatures, as they currently are in the 30s, won't be overnight lows. And we saw overnight lows in the 20s and the 30s last night, 26 Mile, 33 in Tawas City, and for us here in West Branch, 30 degrees. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our current temperatures. In 38 at Alpena, 35 in Rogers City, 43 down at Tawas City. Farther south you go, starting to get a little warmer, as you would think. 52 degrees in Grand Rapids, 47 in Iron Mountain, and 37 in Marquette. And as we go ahead and take a look at our winds that aren't terribly breezy out there, only around 3 to 8 miles per hour here into Houghton Lake. Actually calm as you make your way into Oscoda, and calm winds will pretty much be the theme throughout the overnight, and tomorrow won't pick up that much either, as we're only expected to be around 5 to 10 miles per hour. But we are going to be expecting that temperatures will be below normal for tonight and for tomorrow. Even though tomorrow will be a very nice day for us, average highs for this time of the year should be in the lower 60s, so not going to quite make it there tomorrow, but we'll see more of those type of temperatures later on during the week. But it will be a great outdoor day for us, as skies will be mostly sunny, high pressure in control, and then it will start to leave control, or leave the area, as we'll make our way into Wednesday, as we'll see that rain finds its way back into the region. And well, we'll be not expecting rain only on Wednesday, but also on Thursday and Friday. But as we take a look at our current setup, the chillier air mass right here towards the north, we are feeling a little bit of that with temperatures in the lower 50s today and the middle 50s. But as we take a look at tomorrow, drier air starts to filter its way in, and we'll start to push all of those clouds that we saw throughout the day. They will be out of here, and we'll be seeing that temperatures do try to rebound a little bit and get back into the middle and the upper 50s. But taking a look later into the week, this will be the theme later on towards the end of the week, as we'll have this system make its way into the center of the country, really start to warm us up with the warm front that we saw earlier in the show that was right into the center of the country. It'll be above us by Thursday and Friday, allowing warmer air to make its way in, but also starting to cause a little more instability. So with the rain showers, we could be also looking out for some thunderstorms. But as we take a look at Futurecast, mostly sunny conditions all Tuesday, maybe a few clouds hugging right along the shorelines, but that will actually push out of here as well. More clouds come in by tomorrow night, and throughout the day on Wednesday they will continue to thicken, and we'll be watching out for rain sometime during the middle of the day on Wednesday. Overnight, 29 degrees, chilling and mostly clear. Winds, they will be light, only picking up slightly by tomorrow at 5 to 10 miles per hour, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the upper 50s in Mile and in the West Branch at 58 degrees, 53 in Onaway, and 55 as you make your way farther south in Oscoda. Tomorrow night, clouds, they'll start to build back in, and temperatures or winds will be around 5 miles per hour as temperatures make their way into the 30s, so watch out for that. Just a little light jacket weather. And our day planner, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Get out if you can, and as we look at our extended outlook, here comes the rain. Wednesday, just plain rain showers, but the thunderstorms come in Thursday and Friday, and hopefully we'll get a nice weekend, especially seeing how Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday.
All right, thanks, Adam. Now it's time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent in by Karen Swafford of Hubbard Lake.
She took this photo yesterday and says her pictures always turn out better when the sun shines and the sky is blue.
And we'd have to agree, the daffodils look bright and beautiful. Honestly, looks like a computer desktop background. Thanks, Karen, for sending us this photo.
And if you have a photo that you would like to send us, email your photo along with a short description to news@wbkb11.com.
Coming up on WBKB News, find out how positive motivation can help overweight kids. Stay tuned for your Health Watch.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. In tonight's Health Watch, the number of U.S. children and teens with type 1 and type 2 diabetes increased significantly between 2001 and 2009. The study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association shows type 1 diabetes increased 21% and type 2 diabetes jumped 30.5%.
A Canadian study finds less than 2% of healthy urban children received dental care by age 2. Researchers found kids who had never been to a dentist were more likely to have used a bottle longer and have more sweetened beverages.
And another pediatric study finds a motivating doctor can help overweight children lower their body mass index. Over a 2-year period, the doctors used the techniques such as reflective listening and shared decision-making to help their patients get to a healthier weight.
Moving on to this week's edition of 60-Second Inspirations, we'll hear from Sarah Morrison, the voice of the weekly segment, about her own journey to personal wellness.
This segment of 60-Second Inspirations is brought to you by the Bay Athletic Club in Alpena.
Hi, I'm Sarah Morrison, the voice you hear telling other people's stories. Today I'm sharing my own. I moved to Northern Michigan 7 years ago for a news reporting job at WBKB TV. New on the scene, I worked long days and lived on fast food and meals from a can or a freezer. I drank 64 ounces of Diet Coke daily. I loved coming to Bay Athletic Club between shifts to work out. It was a welcoming place to meet people and reduce stress. But the sweat could not keep up with my horrible nutrition. My dress pants and blazers were getting too tight. I accepted an invitation to join the team at Bay Athletic Club. I used my journalism skills to tell positive stories of change and transformed my own life in the process. I started teaching Zumba classes and became a personal trainer. I learned how nutrition and fitness help people avoid diseases and improve their moods. I found my pessimistic attitude faded away to a new optimistic self. I dug into what I could learn about nutrition and started listening to my own advice. I stopped hiding energy drinks under my desk and just switched to water. I felt better hydrated instead of caffeinated. As part of my job, I got involved in community runs. Not only did I love the feeling of getting stronger and leaner, I loved seeing others take their first steps. I craved this new lifestyle and took on new challenges like adventure runs and team relays. I am proud that my husband and I have completely overhauled our kitchen. We used to stock up on bread and butter, Oreos, ice cream, and Vernors. Now we visit the local farmers market and shop for colorful, whole foods. We cook homemade meals and fuel up with daily meal replacement shakes that give us natural energy. Through 2 pregnancies, I have stayed active and fit. I cannot imagine it any other way. People always remark on how I do it. I just shrug my shoulders and say it's just who I am now, and that does not change when life changes. It truly feels better, mentally and physically, to move.
All right, well, in your national news, a Missouri man will sleep in his own bed tonight, released after 9 months in prison on a 13-year sentence for his role in an armed robbery.
He was set free because of good behavior in a bureaucratic mix-up. CBS's Danielle Nottingham reports from Los Angeles.
A grateful Mike Anderson walked out of a Missouri courthouse as a free man alongside his wife and daughter.
Thank the public, thank everybody for their support. I love you guys, love the prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anderson was supposed to serve 13 years for armed robbery beginning in the year 2000, but Missouri officials lost track of him because of a clerical error. So Anderson went about his life out in the open, built a family, bought a house, paid his taxes, owned a business, and coached football. The state finally caught its error last summer and sent him to prison. But Monday, a judge set him free for good behavior, for living a clean life on the outside.
I believe this case teaches us that justice can be swift, justice can be harsh, but justice can also be merciful.
Anderson was hopeful but did not expect his release.
Yeah, I just was believing by faith, just praying that he'd make the right decision.
His family couldn't be happier.
I really don't have words for what today means. I mean, to have my son walk out, come home, it means the world to me.
Anderson refused to acclimate himself to prison life. He grew his hair and a beard. One of the first things he did when he got out was get a shave and a haircut. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News.
The hearing took only 10 minutes. The judge said Anderson had been a good husband, father, and citizen during his time since the robbery, leading him to believe Anderson is a good man and a changed man.
Well, sports is coming up next, and Shannon McGrattan is here with a preview. Shannon.
Ashley and Eric, the Hurons hosted the Tigers today in high school baseball and softball action. I'll have highlights next. Plus, tell you how ACC students did today when they put their concrete canoes to the test. That's all coming up on WBKB News at 11. North on 23, Alcona has heated up as of late, but today Rogers City looks to end that luck by stopping the Tigers' 3-game winning streak on their home field. Start of the game, Alcona's Cody Franklin goes long for a double. 2 batters later, Trenton Laverne grounds one to Casey Shikuski, who throws to Corey Grilke for the 2nd out. However, the Tigers are able to get on the board. Bottom of the inning, 1-0 Alcona when Brandon Darling beats the throw for a base hit. Justin Saley looks to tie the game at 1, but Cody Gallagher's arm is too quick. He gets Shikuski out at home to end the 1st inning. This game goes into extra innings. However, the 2nd one goes in Alcona's favor, and they win 3-0. On the other field, the Lady Hurons are hoping to bounce back after losing their first games of the regular season. Top of the first, 1-on when Kendra Cole lasers this one to center, but Cassie Breggy is there for the 2nd out. Next batter, Alyssa Terpstra finds an opening. Kaylee Elmer runs in for the 1-0 Alcona lead. Rogers City ties the game in the bottom of the first when Breggy steals home, starting the Hurons takeover. At the plate, Courtney Strike hits a sac fly, driving in Logan Fleming for the 2-1 lead. The Hurons never look back the rest of the day, sweeping the doubleheader. South on 23, Whittemore Prescott looks to win its first games of the season. First inning, Cardinals up 1. Haley Hostetler gets an RBI single to give the away team a 2-run lead. 3-1 Whittemore in the 2nd. The Owls look to add some more runs, but Megan Warner gets the out at first. And to end the inning, Warner is there again. The Cardinals take game 1 in extra innings before earning their first wins of the regular season. On the baseball diamond, it's scoreless in the 4th inning, but Whittemore's Noah Henderson is ready to start this game, sending one deep into center field. That drives in Devin Santiago and Jens Gillings for the 2-0 Whittemore Prescott lead. Bottom of the inning, Bradley Gressens makes it a 1-run game after Jared Little sends this ball flying. But in the 5th, Frank Thayer brings Santiago home again, extending Whittemore Prescott's winning streak to 6 games in today's 3-1 and 7-1 finals. In Ski Valley action, the Lady Cardinals swept Pelston to improve to 9-4, while Onaway Softball won its first doubleheader of the season. On the boys' side, Andrew Proud didn't allow any earned runs. He also struck out 7 batters. West on 32, Kyle Hennigan led the Tigers with 4 RBIs, and Jensen Chorzinski threw a no-hitter to Hamposen its first loss of the season. In Fairview, Bryson Devers hit a grand slam, and Leslie Osmond had 4 RBIs and went 3 for 4. All Gray Sims baseball fell against Standish Sterling, while Joburg was able to take its doubleheader. Ending on the soccer field, Tawas won its 2nd game of the season. Haley Chapelski, Shannon Enzenberger, and Maggie McDonald scored in the contest. Right here in town, the Lady Wildcats are raising awareness through their fundraiser Strike Out Cancer with pink games at the high school softball field tomorrow and Thursday at 4 p.m. Over the winter, local athletes raised over $900 for Hoops for Hope, and this season they're back at it selling $10 t-shirts and holding 50-50 drawings at both games. Proceeds from the event will be donated to the Alpena Cancer Center. There is no gate fee, and the public is encouraged to attend the varsity and junior varsity games.
I think any donation that we come up with is just a great thing. Our goal really was to raise awareness and show support for those people whose lives have been affected by cancer. So really we wanted to bring something fun to the area for those people who have been affected by it, and also donate a little money to our local cancer center.
To float or not to float? That was the question World Center for Concrete students tested today when they put their concrete canoes and frisbees to the test at Northern Lights Arena in front of dozens of community members anticipated on the outcome. Both teams selected 2 students to compete. However, when all was said and done, the white canoe finished first. From there, the sophomores threw their concrete frisbees, hoping to go the farthest distance without breaking. And the jack taking that competition was Alex Joswick, who threw an impressive 177 feet, concluding a nearly 200-hour project that has these jacks prepared for whatever they may encounter in the workforce.
I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't have high expectations. I was afraid it was going to tip. I figured it'd sit a little lower and we were going to be more stable, but it turned out well. We definitely put in a lot of hours, and it was nice to see it float and work and show off our hard work.
And in Major League Baseball, the Tigers topped the Astros 2-0. Victor Martinez drove in Nick Castellanos in the 7th, and Victor Martinez homered in the 8th. Game time tomorrow is at 7:08. And that's it for sports, but don't go anywhere. Meteorologist Adam Claiborne will have one last look at weather.
Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Adam Claiborne is here with a final look at the weather, and I like what you've been telling us so far, minus the rain, I guess. But
things are going to get warmer across the region, and we're going to start to see more of those typical highs for this time of the year back in the 60s. Good. It's just a great thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow at first. Not going to be quite there. Highs will be in the 50s, mostly sunny skies though, and temperatures dropping off into the 30s by tomorrow night, and clouds really beginning to thicken because we are going to be expecting rain Wednesday through Friday, and well, Thursday and Friday look to be the days when we really warm up, but also are going to see a chance of thunderstorms on both of those days. But as we head into the weekend, starting to clear out yet again, but not losing the heat too much, as we'll still be in the 60s. Lows will be somewhere in the middle and lower 40s.
Yay, I've been waiting to see those 60s ever since the first day of spring, and we finally hit them. So.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's going to be that way, at least all the way through the weekend.
Good. Will it continue? Are we going to drop to freezing temperatures again, or you think we'll...
I mean, anything's possible, but as of right now, don't see it.
Good.
All right, remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on more news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKB-TV.
And that'll do it for tonight's show, but be sure to catch Ashley McDowell tomorrow morning on 11.3. Have a great night.